What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just around the corner, there is going to be a brand new update coming out for Modern Warfare 3. Now, this update isn't just any old update because depending on how this update goes, it's really going to dictate the future of how Modern Warfare 3 thrives and how many people are even going to be interested in the game in general. We don't know how much Sledgehammer is going to do. We don't know what they're focused on fixing. But if they slack, man, I don't think a lot of people are going to be sticking around. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time, and we are indeed on the grind to 50,000 subscribers, so every last bit of your support means the world to me. And last but not least, we do stream pretty much daily as well over on Kick, and we host open lobbies too, so if you guys ever need a squad or you're just interested in seeing some gameplay, by all means, you can tune into the stream. I got a link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video, and I also have links to my Twitter and Discord down there as well, but that stream goes live around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as you know, right around the corner, there is going to be a brand new Santa event. I think it's going to be coming live in 4 days of this video popping up on YouTube. So pretty close, right? Pretty close. And with that update, it's going to be a lot of other actual updates happening to the game as well. Now, of course, we don't really know how Sledgehammer is thinking of these updates. They could think these updates are useless, or they can think they're extremely serious. So, just because I'm saying they're serious in this video doesn't mean they're taking it serious. But personally, like I said, these are huge updates. It's going to be a massive deciding factor for a lot of players if this game is worth it or not. Because as we all know, along with these updates, Christmas is right around the corner, and all the developers are probably going to be going on their break. Now, of course, I don't know exactly how long they're going to be gone, but due to a lot of track records for these development teams, not really saying anything about Sledgehammer, but just across the board with Call of Duty, right around the holiday season, that's when things begin to fall off. And I gotta be honest with you guys, they have done a tremendous job with this game, especially when it comes to the meta of the weapons. I gotta be real with you guys. Multiplayer, the meta was just really rough in the beginning, but I've been able to use a lot of variety, and I've been actually having a good time with all the guns across the board, minus some battle rifles and minus some marksmans. But ARs and SMGs, my favorite categories, feel pretty well balanced, obviously, with some guns being really, outstanding, but still, the other ones don't feel like they're completely useless, if you know what I'm saying. But there's still a decent amount of work to get done, especially when it comes to the perk category. I gotta be real, the perks still don't feel completely balanced out yet, and it worries me because the developers haven't really touched upon this that much. They don't really notice it. They've touched upon some perks, but I mentioned time and time again, the sleight of hand perk feels absolutely useless. There's certain weapons that it works for, but it just doesn't make any sense that it can't be a set speed across the board for all weapons. Just make it cracked out. I don't know if it's Infinity Ward trying to add realism into the mix here. I don't know what the issue is, but that was the fun of these perks back in the day. They weren't serious, like Stalker, you moved at the speed of light while ADSing your gun. You're not going to be doing that in real life. I mean, maybe, I don't know, you might be beefy or something, who knows what you're like in real life, man. But at the end of the day, they're all arcadey, sleight of hand, they're flinging mags out, man, like it's nothing. It's insane the speeds that you would, change your mag, but that's the purpose of the perk. There was reasons to use them. And they only touched upon the really, serious one. Like, they might have touched upon Dead Silence a little bit, and then Ghost, where it was a bit glitched. But the rest of them are ignored. And it's kind of depressing because there are a lot of good options, but, the perks themselves are trash. So it's pointless to use those options, and it's sad. It could be tons of variety within this game, tons of playstyles. But I feel like a lot of people's playstyles in multiplayer, at least, are already set. People run almost identical perk setups, almost identical, class setups, attachment setups. And honestly, I think there could use a bit of a mix. Now, Sledgehammer Games did say with every single season, this was in the Reddit Q&A for anybody who's curious about this, and also this is amazing news. I know this is a bit of a downer video, but this is amazing news right here. They said in the Q&A that within every single season, they want to shift the meta, which is outstanding. We've been begging for this for ages now because I'm tired of seeing the same gun being dominant across the board for the full year. Just change it. Who cares, right? I just want different guns to become relevant throughout the life cycle of the game. And that's a great way of doing so, making guns a bit more OP, I guess you should say, but it shifts, it allows players to want to use different things, try different, things. Sometimes there could be burst metas, fully auto metas, SMG metas, AR meta. I don't know what their idea is to have here. Probably it'll be like, certain weapons in each category that are the most overpowered, I guess, and then they'll slowly shift throughout. But regardless, things like that are crucial. You need to have variety within the game, and that's a nice way to go. But if you don't fix up the rest of the game along with trying to do these meta shifts, I feel like things are just going to simply fall apart. Also, adding in new perks as well, like Quick Fix, for example, would be tremendous for the community. All of these things would be great, but I'm a tad bit worried that their focus won't be completely there, especially with Warzone coming out, and it needs a lot of work. The metas in Warzone alone are horrifying right now. Basically how the metas were when Modern Warfare 3 first dropped for multiplayer. It's that bad. It's very defined, and if you don't use it, it's an extremely noticeable difference. And at that point, they're going to be hyper-focusing it, right? Warzone is almost their bread and butter now, even though that's what multiplayer should be because that's where it started. Warzone just generates them so much income, and it's free to play, allows a lot more eyes to be on the game, a lot more eyes on the store. Microtransactions is one of the biggest moneymakers for Activision, now Microsoft, so, Warzone is huge. And I am just a bit worried that these upcoming updates are going to be hyper-focused around Warzone over multiplayer, and when they go for their winter break, multiplayer will be left in a spot where it might be a bit rough, where players won't want to be introduced into this side of the experience, and they'll just rather stick to the Warzone side of things because that's where the love was actually given. But I guess the whole purpose of this video is to just, Sledgehammer, please, even though they're probably not going to watch this, but please, do not lose sight of multiplayer. These next upcoming updates, whether you want to think they are or not, they are huge for the community. And I guarantee there's going to be a lot of eyes watching, including mine, to see how the communication, holds after the winter break and, when everybody comes back from their vacations. That is going to be a crucial moment for the overall community here. And also, addressing the skill-based matchmaking, which was promised by the Call of Duty team, that would be phenomenal to have around the winter break. Maybe give people some stuff to talk about, be interested in, and actually give us some feedback on something that's been really annoying a lot of players out there. Also, touching upon the shadow ban system. My goodness, I can only imagine how bad things are going to be if the shadow ban system doesn't get resolved by the time, this game goes live. But the good thing is that the shadow ban system is across the board, so that's for Warzone and multiplayer, so hopefully it just gets resolved. I'm pretty positive that's not a Sledgehammer thing that they can do, but still, at the end of the day, if that isn't fixed up by winter break, that's going to be a problem. I just got to be honest, I'm just worried that this game is not going to be able to be pushed forward because there's too much on their plate. And I just think that Warzone is going to take the majority of that plate. But of course, as always, ladies and gentlemen, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions down below about how you feel about this overall video. What do you guys think right now? Do you think Sledgehammer is going to absolutely nail these upcoming updates, or do you think that they're going to hyper-focus Warzone over multiplayer, and the 6v6 side of things are just going to slowly die out? I want to have faith in them. I really do. They've been absolutely nailing this game. A lot of good updates, solid updates, updates for things that we actually want to see and not just pointless things that, I guess just have to be done, have to be fixed, have to be polished for corporate, and then they can go on their vacation. No, they have been doing some solid stuff, things that we really wanted to see, and it makes the gameplay tremendously better. But, I still can't deny that there is still a lot more things that have to be polished off, and I don't know if they will be able to get these things done in time by holiday break, or if it's even on their radar to get certain things, finished as well. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And like I said earlier, we are indeed on the grind of 50,000 subscribers. So, of course, all the support means the world to me. And last but not least, we do stream pretty much daily over on Kick as well. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, you can find a link to that channel in the description of this video. And don't forget, we host open lobbies all the time. So, of course, hop into the chat. You can add me up whenever you want. And if you see an open spot, you're welcome to join. And don't forget, down in the description of this video, I also have a link to my Twitter and Discord as well, where my DMs are always open. But as always, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.